Have you ever wondered what happened to the cast of American Restoration? This show ended in 2016, which means it's been almost 10 years since it went off the air. Since then, there have been various issues regarding the fate of the cast. What are these issues and what are the cast members up to right now? Join us as we explore where they are now in 2024. American Restoration. American Restoration aired on the History Channel, focusing on the art of restoring vintage items to their former glory. The TV show first premiered in 2010 and originally centered around Rick Dale and his team at Rick's Restorations, a popular restoration shop located in Las Vegas, Nevada. They take on a wide range of projects, from old Coca-Cola machines, classic cars, and vintage gas pumps, to antique bicycles, jukeboxes, and neon signs, showcasing the intricate process of reviving these treasured items. What made American Restoration stand out is the dynamics among the team members at Rick's Restorations and the variety of items that come through the shop, each with its own unique history, sentimental value, and set of challenges. The show gives viewers a glimpse into the meticulous steps involved in restoration, from disassembly all the way to reassembly. Rick and his team also goes into the history behind each item and explains the significance of restoring it to its original condition. Although the show was very successful, in 2014, after 6 successful seasons, the show underwent a significant format change that saw Rick Dale and his team replaced by 5 different restoration shops from across the country. This shift was not well received by many fans. The original viewers, who had grown attached to Rick's Restorations and its charismatic cast, criticized the move, leading to a decline in the show's popularity. While the shift away from Rick's Restorations altered the show's dynamic, the spirit of restoration and the love for vintage treasures continued to shine through, capturing the fascination of audiences who appreciate the art of bringing history back to life. Rick Dale. Rick Dale, the original star of American Restoration, was born on December 13, 1958, in Newport Beach, California. He grew up with a passion for restoring and bringing new life to old and rusty items. Before joining the show, Rick had been in the restoration business for decades, specializing in vintage cars, motorcycles, gas pumps, and other collectibles. He owned and operated Rick's Restorations in Las Vegas, Nevada, a shop renowned for its quality craftsmanship and attention to detail. Rick's ability to take worn-out pieces and turn them into stunning, functional works of art set him apart in the industry. Rick Dale became the star of American Restoration when it premiered on the History Channel in 2010. At the age of 51, he was chosen to lead the show due to his long-standing reputation and expertise in the restoration world. Rick got his break when he was featured on Pawn Stars as an expert restorer, which led to the creation of a spin-off show focused on his shop and the incredible transformations of various vintage items. On American Restoration, Rick played the role of the master restorer, overseeing a team that handled everything from intricate metalwork to custom paint jobs. His hands-on approach, combined with his eye for detail, made him a fan favorite. In 2014, after 6 seasons, Rick and his entire team were suddenly replaced by a new cast of characters from 5 different restoration shops across the country. This change led to backlash from fans, who felt that the show's heart and soul were lost without Rick and his team. While there were never any official reasons given for the change, it led to much speculation about conflicts behind the scenes. After his departure from American Restoration, Rick continued to run his business, Rick's Restorations, in Las Vegas. He also made appearances at various car shows, conventions, and restoration events, maintaining his presence in the industry. However, in 2018, he announced that he was closing his shop to focus on new ventures and spend more time with his family. He continued to remain active in the restoration community through social media and occasional public appearances. As of 2024, Rick Dale is 65 years old and is married to Kelly Dale, who was a business manager on the show, and they have 2 children, Tyler and Allie. Tyler Dale. Tyler Dale, the son of Rick Dale and a prominent figure on American Restoration, was born on September 25, 1993. Growing up in Las Vegas, Nevada, Tyler was introduced to the world of restoration from a young age. His father, Rick Dale, ran Rick's Restorations, a successful restoration business specializing in transforming vintage items into like-new pieces. Before joining the show, Tyler was already working in his father's shop, learning the ropes and developing his skills in metalworking, painting, and disassembly. His early exposure to the business gave him a strong foundation in restoration. Tyler joined American Restoration when it premiered on the History Channel in 2010. At just 17 years old, he was the youngest member of the team. His role on the show was that of an apprentice and a fabricator, working under the guidance of his father, Rick. Tyler quickly became known for his enthusiasm, willingness to learn, and ability to tackle various tasks around the shop. Over time, his skills grew, and he started taking on more complex projects, earning the respect of his father and the rest of the team. His dynamic with Rick, often marked by playful banter and occasional disagreements, added a family element to the show that viewers loved. Just like his father, he was affected by the sudden cast change in 2014 when the History Channel decided to replace Rick's Restorations with several new shops. The decision was met with disappointment from fans who had grown attached to the original cast. Despite this setback, Tyler maintained a positive attitude and continued to support his father in their business ventures. After American Restoration, Tyler continued to work at Rick's Restorations until it was closed in 2018. Following the shop's closure, Tyler pursued other opportunities in the restoration world and expanded his skills beyond what was shown on television. He began to focus on custom fabrication and creative projects, using the skills he developed on the show to work independently. He also became active on social media, where he shares his ongoing projects, restoration tips, and insights into his life after the show. Tyler Dale is now 31 years old and remains in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he works on unique projects and occasionally collaborates with his father, Rick, on special restorations. Brettley Otterman, known for his role as the go-to picker and assistant restorer on American Restoration, became a familiar face to fans of the show. Born on August 31, 1986, Brettley is the stepson of Rick Dale, the owner of Rick's Restorations. Growing up, Brettley was surrounded by the world of restoration thanks to his stepfather's business. Before joining the show, Brettley was involved in various odd jobs at Rick's Restorations, where he developed an interest in vintage items and the art of restoration. His background gave him a unique perspective and enthusiasm for picking and finding hidden gems to restore. Brettley joined American Restoration in 2010 when the show premiered on the History Channel. At the age of 24, he became an integral part of the team at Rick's Restorations, serving as both a picker and an assistant in the shop. Brettley's role involved scouting for interesting and rare items that could be restored, as well as assisting with restorations under the guidance of Rick Dale and the other team members. During his time on American Restoration, Brettley became a fan favorite for his quirky personality and his knack for finding unique items. His interactions with his stepfather, Rick, and his stepbrother, Tyler, provided viewers with a glimpse of the family dynamics at play within the shop. Brettley's easygoing nature sometimes led to humorous moments, especially when he made mistakes or found himself in amusing situations. After American Restoration ended in 2014, when Rick's Restorations was replaced by several new shops, Brettley continued to work in the restoration field. He remained involved with Rick's Restorations until the shop was closed in 2018. Following the closure, Brettley shifted his focus to independent work and took on various projects that allowed him to use his skills in picking and restoration. He also became active on social media, sharing updates on his life and restoration projects. Now 38, Brett Lee Otterman is still based in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he works on unique projects and continues to search for rare and interesting finds to restore. Cowboy Cowboy, whose real name is Kevin Lowry, became a well-known personality on American Restoration for his gruff yet charming demeanor and his role as the shop's jack-of-all-trades. Born in the early 1950s, Cowboy had a rich background in various trades, which ranged from carpentry and welding to mechanical repair. Before joining American Restoration, Cowboy had been a part of Rick Dale's team at Rick's Restorations in Las Vegas, Nevada for several years. His skills in handling a wide range of restoration tasks, combined with his no-nonsense attitude, made him an integral part of the shop. Cowboy joined American Restoration when it premiered on the History Channel in 2010. At around 58 years old, he became one of the standout characters on the show. His recruitment came naturally through his long-standing association with Rick Dale and his essential role in the shop. Cowboy's role was that of a senior restorer and the shop's muscle, handling tough physical tasks and taking on jobs that required both strength and finesse. His gruff, sometimes grumpy personality added a layer of humor to the show, often resulting in comical exchanges with other cast members. Despite his tough exterior, Cowboy was a skilled craftsman whose contributions to the show were significant. Known for his stubborn and outspoken nature, Cowboy would often clash with other team members, especially when he felt things were not being done properly or safely. However, these conflicts were usually short-lived and provided a comedic element that viewers enjoyed. After American Restoration ended in 2014, when the original cast and Rick's Restorations were replaced by new shops, Cowboy continued to work with Rick Dale at Rick's Restorations until its closure in 2018. Following this, Cowboy largely stepped away from the public eye and did not pursue further roles in reality television. He chose to focus on a quieter life, engaging in smaller-scale restoration projects and using his skills in various trades. As of 2024, Cowboy is in his early 70s. Kyle Astorga. Kyle Astorga, a key team member on American Restoration, was known for his craftsmanship, attention to detail, and easygoing personality. Born and raised in the United States, Kyle grew up with a passion for creating and building things. Before joining American Restoration, Kyle had extensive experience in various trades, including metalworking, fabrication, and mechanics. His versatile skill set made him a valuable asset to any restoration team, and his attention to detail set him apart as a talented craftsman. Kyle Astorga joined American Restoration in 2010 when the show first premiered on the History Channel. He was in his late 30s at the time. Kyle was brought onto the show through his professional connection with Rick Dale and his shop, Rick's Restorations, in Las Vegas, Nevada. His role on the show was that of a restorer and fabricator, handling a wide variety of tasks that involved disassembly, repair, and reassembly of vintage items. Kyle was known for his precision and his ability to work on intricate parts of restorations, ensuring that each project met Rick's high standards. His calm demeanor and problem-solving skills made him a favorite among fans who appreciated his steady approach to complex projects. After American Restoration ended in 2014, following the decision by the History Channel to replace Rick's Restorations with new shops and a new cast, Kyle continued to work in the field of restoration. He remained with Rick's Restorations until it was closed in 2018. After the closure, Kyle chose to focus on smaller independent projects, leveraging his skills in metalwork and fabrication. He continued to take on custom restoration jobs that allowed him to apply his craftsmanship without the pressure of being in the public eye. Kyle Astorga is currently in his early 50s, focusing on his career as a craftsman and spending more time with his family. Ron Dale, brother of Rick Dale and a key member of Rick's Restorations, became a well-recognized figure on American Restoration for his straightforward attitude and hands-on approach to restoration. Born in the early 1960s, Ron grew up alongside his brother Rick in a family that valued craftsmanship and hard work. Before joining the show, Ron worked in various roles that honed his skills in welding, metal fabrication, and machinery repair. His extensive experience in these fields made him an invaluable asset to Rick's Restorations, where he helped bring old, rusty items back to life. Ron Dale joined American Restoration when it premiered on the History Channel in 2010. In his late 40s at the time, Ron was brought onto the show through his family connection to Rick Dale, who ran the shop. His role on the show was that of a fabricator and restorer, responsible for the meticulous work of repairing and rebuilding vintage items to their original or even better condition. Ron's attention to detail and ability to work with his hands made him an essential part of the team. His interactions with his brother Rick, filled with sibling rivalry and humor, provided an engaging dynamic that fans loved. After American Restoration ended in 2014, when the original cast was replaced by new restoration shops, Ron continued to work alongside his brother at Rick's Restorations until the business closed in 2018. Following the closure, Ron chose to focus on independent work, taking on smaller restoration projects that allowed him to use his skills without the demands of a reality TV show. His passion for restoration and his commitment to quality craftsmanship remained evident in his post-show endeavors. Ron Dale is in his early 60s. Kelly Mayer. Kelly Mayer, better known as Kelly Dale, played a significant role on American Restoration as the business manager of Rick's Restorations and the wife of Rick Dale, the star of the show. Born in the early 1970s, Kelly grew up with an entrepreneurial spirit and a strong sense of business acumen. Before joining American Restoration, she had a background in real estate, working as a real estate agent and managing her own business ventures. Her expertise in business operations and management made her a key asset to Rick's Restorations, especially as the shop gained fame through the show. Kelly joined American Restoration when it premiered on the History Channel in 2010. She was in her late 30s at the time. Her entry into the show was a natural progression due to her involvement with Rick Dale and his business. Kelly's role on the show was primarily behind the scenes, managing the business aspects of Rick's Restorations, including customer relations, marketing, and financial operations. Her presence added a sense of order and professionalism to the shop, balancing the creative chaos of the restoration process. Kelly's sharp mind and dedication to the business helped ensure the success of Rick's Restorations both on and off the screen. After American Restoration ended in 2014, when the show's original cast and format were replaced with new shops, Kelly continued to manage Rick's Restorations alongside Rick Dale until the shop closed in 2018. Following the closure, Kelly shifted her focus back to real estate and business consulting. She also became active in promoting the family's ventures through social media and maintained a connection with fans by sharing updates and insights into their post-show lives. Today, Kelly Mayer, Dale, is in her early 50s. She continues to live in Las Vegas, Nevada, with Rick Dale and their family. Kelly is also active in community events and enjoys spending time with her children, Tyler and Allie. Randy Shell. Randy Shell, a talented painter and airbrush artist, became a notable figure on American Restoration for his expertise in custom painting and detailing. Born in the early 1960s, Randy grew up with a passion for art and mechanics, which led him to pursue a career combining both interests. Before joining American Restoration, Randy worked in various roles that included painting, airbrushing, and custom automotive work. His skills in airbrush art and pinstriping were particularly sought after in the restoration community, where attention to detail and craftsmanship were crucial. Randy joined American Restoration in 2010 when the show premiered on the History Channel. He was in his late 40s at the time and was brought on board through his professional connection with Rick Dale and Rick's Restorations. Randy's role on the show was that of the shop's master painter and airbrush artist. He was responsible for the final touches on many of the restored items, from vintage cars and motorcycles to retro vending machines and gas pumps. His ability to create intricate, customized designs and bring vibrant colors to life added a significant visual appeal to the restored pieces and was a major draw for fans of the show. After American Restoration was restructured in 2014 and Rick's Restorations was replaced with new shops, Randy continued to work with Rick Dale at Rick's Restorations until it closed in 2018. After the shop's closure, Randy returned to independent work, continuing his career as a custom painter and airbrush artist. His reputation for quality and artistry has allowed him to maintain a steady flow of projects, working on everything from custom cars and motorcycles to artistic commissions for private clients. Randy Shell is in his early 60s. He continues to live in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he enjoys a quieter life while maintaining his passion for custom art and restoration. Bobby Stroud. Bobby Stroud, known for his expertise in custom car building and restoration, became a central figure in the revamped version of American Restoration when it was restructured to feature multiple shops. Born on September 26, 1967, in Glendale, California, Bobby grew up surrounded by car culture, which influenced his career path. Before joining American Restoration, he had a successful career as a custom car builder, fabricator, and hot rod specialist. Bobby founded Bobby Stroud Industries, BSI, in Sun Valley, California, where he became known for creating award-winning custom cars, hot rods, and unique automotive designs. His work has been featured in several car shows, magazines, and television programs, cementing his reputation as one of the best in the industry. Bobby joined American Restoration in 2016 during the show's relaunch when the History Channel decided to change the format and introduce multiple restoration shops. He was 49 years old at the time. His entry into the show came naturally through his established reputation in the automotive restoration community. On the show, Bobby's role was to showcase his talents in custom car restoration and hot rod building, providing viewers with a glimpse of the intricate work that goes into creating one-of-a-kind automotive masterpieces. His shop, Bobby Stroud Industries, focused on high-end, detail-oriented restorations, which added a fresh, modern perspective to the show. After his time on American Restoration, Bobby Stroud continued to run his business, Bobby Stroud Industries, in California. His shop remains one of the most respected custom car shops in the country, known for producing high-quality restorations and custom builds. In addition to building cars, Bobby has also expanded into manufacturing custom parts and components for classic and muscle cars, offering his expertise to car enthusiasts worldwide. He has participated in numerous car shows and events, sharing his knowledge and passion for hot rods and custom car culture. Currently, Bobby Stroud is 56 and lives in California with his family and maintains an active presence in the car community. Dale Wachsler. Dale Wachsler, the celebrated motorcycle restorer and collector, became a central figure on American Restoration for his expertise in vintage motorcycles and his passionate storytelling. Born on November 30, 1952 in Illinois, Dale developed a love for motorcycles early in life. Before joining American Restoration, Dale had a long and successful career in the motorcycle world. He started his own Harley-Davidson dealership at the young age of 22 and went on to build one of the most significant collections of vintage motorcycles in the United States. This collection became the foundation for the Wheels Through Time Museum, which Dale opened in Maggie Valley, North Carolina in 2002. The museum features over 300 rare and classic American motorcycles and memorabilia, showcasing Dale's passion and expertise. Dale Wachsler joined American Restoration during the show's relaunch in 2016, when the History Channel decided to revamp the format and introduce multiple shops specializing in different types of restoration. He was 63 years old when he appeared on the show. His entry onto the series came through his reputation as one of the most knowledgeable and passionate motorcycle restorers in the country. On the show, Dale's role was to bring his expertise in vintage motorcycle restoration to the forefront. His shop, Wheels Through Time, focused on meticulously restoring rare motorcycles, providing viewers with an in-depth look at the artistry and history behind each piece. Dale's time on American Restoration was characterized by his engaging storytelling, often sharing the fascinating history behind the bikes he restored. After his time on American Restoration, Dale Wachsler continued to run the Wheels Through Time Museum, which became a must-visit destination for motorcycle fans from around the world. He dedicated himself to the museum's growth, constantly adding new pieces to the collection and hosting events to engage with the motorcycle community. Sadly, Dale Wachsler passed away on February 3, 2021, at the age of 68 after a courageous battle with cancer. His death was a significant loss to the motorcycle and restoration communities, where he was respected not just for his skills, but for his passion, knowledge, and commitment to sharing the history of American motorcycles. The Wheels Through Time Museum continues to operate, preserving his legacy and passion for motorcycle restoration. Steve Hale. Steve Hale, a skilled craftsman and restorer, became known on American Restoration for his expertise in restoring vintage items, particularly neon signs. Before joining the show, Steve Hale was already well established in the restoration community with a strong background in craftsmanship, metalworking, and neon sign restoration. Born in the early 1970s, Steve was passionate about the art of restoration from a young age. He founded Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods in Frankfort, New York, a shop specializing in custom restorations, hot rods, classic cars, and neon signs. His shop became known for high-quality, detail-oriented work that preserved the authenticity of each piece while adding a unique touch. Steve Hale joined American Restoration in 2016, when the show was restructured to feature multiple shops across the country, each focusing on different types of restoration. He was in his mid-40s at the time. His inclusion in the show came naturally due to his expertise and the reputation of his shop, which had gained a following for its exceptional restorations. On American Restoration, Steve's role was to showcase his talents in restoring neon signs, classic cars, and various vintage items. His shop brought a unique blend of creativity and technical skill, which added depth to the series and offered viewers a fresh perspective on restoration. After his time on American Restoration, Steve Hale continued to run Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods, expanding his business and continuing to build his reputation in the restoration world. The shop has taken on more custom projects, including hot rods, motorcycles, neon signs, and unique vintage items. Steve and his team have been featured in various automotive shows and events, further establishing their expertise in the industry. Steve also shares his knowledge and passion for restoration through social media and public appearances, connecting with fans and car enthusiasts. As of 2024, Steve Hale is in his early 50s and resides in New York with his family, where he balances his professional commitments with personal life. Kirk White, known simply as Kirk on American Restoration, was a key member of Rick's Restorations, contributing his unique skills and laid-back personality to the shop's dynamic. Before joining the show, Kirk had a background in various trades, including metalworking, fabrication, and general repair. He developed a reputation for being a jack of all trades, capable of handling different aspects of the restoration process. His experience and practical skills made him a valuable asset to Rick Dale's team, particularly in tackling complex restorations that required a creative approach. Kirk joined American Restoration when it premiered on the History Channel in 2010. He was in his late 40s at the time and was brought on board through his professional relationship with Rick Dale and his existing work at Rick's Restorations in Las Vegas, Nevada. On the show, Kirk's role was that of a craftsman and all-around handyman, handling various tasks such as welding, metal fabrication, and general assembly. His calm demeanor and problem-solving abilities allowed him to tackle challenging restoration projects, often turning junkyard finds into beautiful, functional pieces. Kirk's time on American Restoration was characterized by his steady presence and commitment to quality craftsmanship. He often worked behind the scenes, focusing on the technical aspects of restoration rather than being in front of the camera. Unlike some of his co-stars, Kirk did not engage in any significant on-screen drama or controversy. Instead, he was known for his ability to work efficiently and effectively, often finding practical solutions to the problems that arose during restoration projects. His understated style and focus on the work at hand made him a respected member of the team. After American Restoration ended in 2014, when the original cast was replaced by new shops and personalities, Kirk continued to work with Rick Dale at Rick's Restorations until the shop closed in 2018. Following the closure, Kirk decided to step away from the public eye and focus on his personal projects and interests. Kirk is currently in his early 60s, and he continued to do restoration work on a smaller scale, taking on jobs that allowed him to apply his wide range of skills without the pressures of reality TV. Rick Harrison. Rick Harrison, best known as the star of Pawn Stars, made several appearances on American Restoration as a recurring guest. Born on March 22, 1965, in Lexington, North Carolina, Rick Harrison grew up with an entrepreneurial spirit, leading him to become a co-owner of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas, Nevada. Before his appearances on American Restoration, Rick had already gained fame through his own reality TV show, Pawn Stars, which premiered on the History Channel in 2009. The show became a massive hit, showcasing the buying, selling, and negotiating of unique and historical items at the pawn shop. Rick Harrison's connection to American Restoration came naturally through his friendship and business relationship with Rick Dale, the owner of Rick's Restorations. The two shows often crossed paths, with Rick Dale frequently appearing on Pawn Stars as an expert restorer. Harrison, in turn, appeared on American Restoration to have various items restored by Rick Dale and his team. He was 45 years old when he first began appearing on American Restoration. Rick's appearances on the show typically involved him bringing in unique items, ranging from old signs to antique machines that needed restoration. His involvement added a crossover element to the show, connecting fans of both series. After American Restoration, Rick Harrison continued to enjoy success with Pawn Stars, which remains a staple on the History Channel. Pawn Stars has grown to become one of the longest-running reality TV shows, and Rick has expanded his brand beyond the show. He is involved in various business ventures, including a restaurant, merchandise, and speaking engagements. Rick is also an author, having published his memoir, License to Pawn, Deals, Steals, and My Life, at the Gold and Silver, which offers an inside look at his life and the pawn business. Now, Rick Harrison is 59 years old and continues to be a prominent figure in the reality TV world. He resides in Las Vegas, Nevada, and remains actively involved in the daily operations of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. He frequently appears on television and at events, engaging with fans and sharing his experiences in the pawn industry. Andy Bowman Jr. Andy Bowman Jr., known for his role on American Restoration, brought his mechanical skills and energetic personality to the show. Born and raised in California, Andy developed an interest in mechanics and automotive restoration from a young age. Before joining American Restoration, Andy worked in various automotive and mechanical roles, gaining experience in restoring classic cars and motorcycles. His ability to take on challenging mechanical tasks made him a valuable member of any restoration team, and his passion for working with his hands was evident. Andy Bowman Jr. joined American Restoration in 2016, when the History Channel restructured the show to include multiple shops specializing in different types of restoration. At the time, he was in his mid-40s. Andy became involved in the show through his work with Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods, one of the featured shops in the revamped series. His role on the show was primarily that of a mechanic and restorer, focusing on the more technical aspects of restoration, including engine work, welding, and mechanical repairs. Andy's energy, humor, and ability to handle complex mechanical problems added a dynamic element to the series. After American Restoration ended, Andy Bowman Jr. continued his career in restoration and mechanics. He remained involved with Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods, working on custom builds, classic car restorations, and other mechanical projects that showcased his skills. Andy also pursued independent work, taking on projects that allowed him to apply his expertise in automotive restoration without the constraints of reality TV. His passion for restoration and his commitment to quality craftsmanship remained strong. Today, Andy Bowman Jr. is in his early 50s and continues to be active in the automotive restoration community. He remains based in California, where he works on various restoration projects and participates in car shows and events. Mitchell Guza, known simply as Mitchell on American Restoration, was a key member of Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods when the show was revamped in 2016 to feature multiple restoration shops. Born in the mid-1980s, Mitchell grew up with a love for cars, mechanics, and fabrication. Before joining the show, he had developed a solid reputation in the automotive and restoration industry, focusing on metalwork, welding, and classic car restorations. His diverse skill set and hands-on experience made him a valuable part of any restoration team, particularly when it came to custom builds and challenging projects. Mitchell joined American Restoration in 2016 as part of Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods, led by Steve Hale. At around 30 years old when he joined, Mitchell became known for his role as a fabricator and metal worker. His entry into the show came through his association with Steve Hale and his expertise in crafting unique, custom pieces that often involved metal fabrication, welding, and intricate design work. Mitchell's role was crucial in bringing Steve's visions to life, whether it was fabricating parts from scratch or meticulously restoring vintage items. His ability to work on complex projects and his calm, focused demeanor added depth to the show. After his time on American Restoration, Mitchell continued his career in the restoration industry. He remained involved with Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods, where he took on more complex projects and further honed his skills in fabrication and design. His post-show career has involved a mix of custom builds, restorations of classic vehicles, and special fabrication projects that showcase his expertise. Mitchell has largely kept a low profile, focusing on his work and perfecting his craft rather than seeking the spotlight. As of 2024, Mitchell, based in New York and is in his late 30s, he continues to work with Steve's Restorations and Hot Rods. What I did differently